Welcome to the Bushido gang. What's up, guys? It's Attack on Samurai, and I got for you guys another video. So I just want to announce that I am in another league. So you guys will be seeing two draft league content stuff coming up. So this other league I'm in is called the HDL, or Hyken's Draft League. Basically it was just like this is a draft league I got into through a server, and one of the guys from the server is actually a part of the Bushido gang. His name is Hyken. He's pretty cool, cool dude, but he is in charge of it. Well, I don't think he's in charge of the league, but he is in charge of the server. But again, he's cool. The guy who actually started the league was, I believe, one of the guys in my league, Soul. So yeah, I was able to get into it, and yeah, so it's gonna be pretty lit. It's gonna be interesting for me to tackle two drafts at the same time. So I gotta build around 22 mons. So that's gonna be fun. It's also gonna be a little stressful, but I think we'll be fine. But anyways, I'm just gonna start off with one of the mons first. Oh boy, before we get started though, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, join my Discord Bushido game if you want to talk to me, and again, subscribe. So yeah, so round 1 is the round where everyone picks the heavy hitters. Actually, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about like the different like drafting and everything. But this draft was actually a little bit different from the other draft, the IPC league. So in this draft, we basically had to pick we had to pick one mon from tier 1, which was basically like the OU mons, and like just OU mostly. Tier 2 was like some OU mons mixed with some UU stuff. And then tier 3 was like RU mostly and some lower tier UU mons. Tier 4 was like RU with again some NU mons, and then tier 5 was like NU and PU. So yeah. So for the first pick, your boy came up in life. I was second. So that meant I actually got to pick some good mons this time. So I was pretty happy about that. So the first mon I picked up, which I don't know if it was a good pick for me to get, but I actually picked up Spike Lee the Ferrothorn. Now, some of the guys in the draft, they were pretty confused that I picked Ferrothorn out of all the other top tier OU mons that were in tier 1. But to be honest, like I kind of went into this draft kind of blind, because I wasn't really like sure if I wanted to do the draft. I was just like, you know what, whatever, it could be for fun. So I ended up picking Ferrothorn as my first pick. Now, most people normally wouldn't pick Ferrothorn for their first pick, but I mean, I don't really see anything wrong with it. Ferrothorn has a lot going for it. It's a very good spike setter. I mean, a very good hazard setter. It's also stupid defensive, and it's one of the best. It's one of the best spikers in the league, and one of the best defensive mons in the league not in the league, but in the OU tier as well. Definitely see it a lot on some balanced teams, even on some bulky offensive teams. If you want to make Ferrothorn your designated like hazard setter, you can do that. But yeah, it's also seen on some balanced teams, you know, just for having that initiative with leech seed and such. Ferrothorn gets a lot of coverage. Well, not really a lot of coverage, but it does get some pretty good utility moves. It gets access to leech seed, which should be right here. It gets access to leech seed, knockoff. Also gets protect, so it can protect stall and such, and like protect and get some leech seed health back. It does have access to spikes, like I mentioned before, and it also gets stealth rock too. So like I said, it's a very good hazard setter at that. Gets access to Toxic, which is pretty annoying, but again, useful. It has some pretty weird moves though. Gets access to Explosion. It does have setup for some reason. I don't know why it does, but especially on a mon like this, you wouldn't expect it to have setup because it's meant to be a wall. But for some reason, it has setup. It has Sword Stance and Hone Claws. So I don't know. It's interesting though. It does have access to Curse as well. It gets Gravity. I don't know if I'll end up using that. It gets Magnerize, but I don't think that's going to be necessary for it. What else? That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Again, this mon is meant to be a defensive tank, a defensive wall, and just meant to take hits. So take hits, be annoying, set up hazards. That's basically Ferrothorn all in one. So yeah. I will be right back with the next my second pick. So give me a sec. Alright, so for my round 2 pick, I ended up picking Salamence. So I don't think I sniped anybody with this pick, but we got big juice to Salamence. So juice is Salamence is a very good wall breaker. Definitely a very good wall breaker, and also a great setup sweeper as well. Since it does have access to Dragon Dance, kind of just runs through stuff pretty well. It also has access to Moxie as a hidden ability, so I can just run through stuff after getting a Moxie boost. So it's pretty cool that Mence can do that. Intimidate is a pretty good ability as well. Definitely great for forcing things out and also allowing like setup for other mons if need be. Just allows me to set up easier with Mence, so that's kind of cool. Mence is Big Juice is also gonna be my Z move. Is also gonna be my Z captain. So there's a ton of options I can do in that department. But first off, let's just look at Mence's moveset. This boy has a freaking good. This moveset is insane. Like, it gets so much stuff. Like, utility wise, it gets access to Wish, so I can make it a Wish passer if need be. It gets access to Defog, of course. Roar if I want to like phase things out. Dragon Tail. Refresh. Hone Claws. What else does it get? It gets some other stuff too. I don't know if it has anything interesting down here, but yeah, that's pretty much it though. Here, Outrage, Pulse if I don't want to run Draco, Earthquake, Fire Blast, Fire Fang. It gets so much stuff. Rock Slide even, like, this mon gets so much. It can do so much for real. And its stats aren't bad either. Like, the stats are very good actually. 95 in HP, 135 in attack, 110 special attack, 80 in defense, 80 in special defense, and 100 in speed. Like, this mon has some bulk on it. This mon is definitely this mon can definitely be defensive, or it could be offensive. Like, it has a lot going for it. So that's kind of why I wanted to choose it. Also I wanted a fire resistant to Spike Lee, and also a flying resist as well. Not a flying resist, a ground resist as well. So that's why I wanted Mence. So yeah, that is my mon. I'm honestly pretty happy with it. Despite like I would never, like, actually I think this is my first time. Is it my first time? I think this is actually my first time getting Salamence in a draft league. Same with Ferrothorn. Closest I ever got to Mence was Dragonite, so I mean, it's close enough. but yeah, I think Mence is gonna be great. Definitely gonna be a great Z move user. The most common Z move set on Mence is actually Flyninum Z. Basically Flyninum Z, kind of like Flyninum Z pretty much hits everything. Yeah, it pretty much hits everything, because I mean there's no real immunity to flying, so it just runs through stuff for real. I don't know if I'll end up, I probably will run Flyninum Z at some point, but yeah, there's also some other stuff it can do. It can run Z Draco, Z Outrage if need be. Like, this mon's crazy, and it can also get Hydro Pump too, so I could run Water MZ if need be. But yeah, this mon really gets a lot of stuff, so that's what makes it cool. It also gets Recovery and Roost and Wish. Like, this mon's really cool, man. I'm actually pretty happy with this pick though. But yeah, I definitely see it being more like the, well, I guess it depends on my it depends on matchup, of course, but this mon could definitely like run through stuff and could be a setup sweeper. So hopefully I can do the best I can with this mon and, you know, put in the work. But yeah, that's it for Big Juice. We're gonna move on to Soul in just a minute, eventually. But yeah, Mega Absol though, or Soul, has a lot of stuff it can do. Like, there's so much, like, it's move pool. Actually, no, let's go over its stats first. So this is what its stats look like. It has 65 in HP, 150 in attack, 60 in defense, 115 in special attack, 60 in special defense, and 115 in speed. So this mon is a glass cannon, very, very glass cannon. But it's pretty effective though. Its moveset is pretty good too. Gets access to has a lot of stuff actually. Like this mon gets insane coverage. Baton Pass isn't allowed. Body Slam, I don't really think it'll be that good. But I'll just go over like some stuff it can do. Because it has 115 in special attack, it can be ran as a special attacker. So it could run like Calm Mind or whatever. Gets access to Dark Pulse 2, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Ice Beam, Psychic even. I think Psychic? I think I'm wrong. No, not Psychic. Psycho Cut. Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt. Like, get some crazy stuff here. Icy Wind. I guess for like initiative, Thunder too. Its physical move pool is also pretty good too. Gets access to Edge. You know, I'm never gonna run Edge, especially on a mon like this. Knockoff, which is pretty much its best physical dark type move, which definitely isn't bad. Like, Knockoff is amazing, but so a little bit more of something else would have been nice too. But so Mega Absol hits incredibly hard with that knockoff. Gets access to Pursuit, so it can be a Pursuit Trapper if need be. Rock Slide, Edge, Superpower, Sucker Punch for priority, X Scissors, Zen. It gets a lot of stuff. And for utility, oh my god, the utility on this mon is insane. Like, not only knockoff is there, but like gets tech, and you get a D-Tech, I guess, if you don't want to run Protect. Gets Magic Coat, but honestly, this move is kind of unnecessary when you have when Mega Absol already gets Magic Bounce. Gets access to Perish Song. I don't think I'd ever run that on this mon, but it could be, I don't know, cool, I guess. It does get Recovery, it gets Wish, but I don't think I'd ever, I don't know if I'd run it on a, I don't know if I'd run a Wish on a mon like this, because like it's just way too frail. It can't be a Wish passer, but it's still pretty cool that it gets it. It gets Will-O-Wisp, it gets Thunder Wave, Taunt, Super Sword Stance of going for it. But yeah, definitely the reason why I got this mon was to stop hazards, basically. Like, that was it. I just wanted to stop hazards because, like, the more I was looking at my team, the more I realized, you know what, like, I was kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, but like, I just realized that I needed a mon to stop hazards, so I decided to go Absol, and that was like the best pick for me. I could have went like a Magic Guard user, like maybe like Alakazam or something like that, but I actually did kind of think about it, think about like a Magic Guard mon, but I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for a mon that doesn't want it, that just says no to hazards, and Mega Absol is there. I definitely see it putting in some work. I'll probably be running it more. I'll be running it offensively, of course, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this mon. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my. Well, I'll be right back for my next pick, is what I mean. So yeah, give me a sec. All right, so for round 4, I ended up picking Rotom Heat, or red-handed the Rotom Heat. So The reason why I wanted to pick this mon was because I looked at this team and I was just like, yo, my team's kind of weak to ice right now. Let me get an ice resist. So Rotom was my ice resist. But now, as you can see, I have another problem. I have a problem with hazards now. Like, rocks kind of messed me up at this point. So Rotom is my ice resist and as well as my hazard removal. Oh, excuse me, I just ate. And I didn't have to do with anything, but Rotom is also a Volt Switch user too. I feel like Rotom Heat is better as an offensive mon more than Rotom Wash, because like Rotom Wash is like very defensive. Definitely one of the best. Definitely the best out of the other Rotom forms. For its like defensive, of course. But Rotom Heat's also is pretty second to it. Gets access to Overheat. I mean, its only fire move is Overheat, which is still pretty good. But it has a pretty good move pool though. Has some utility too, so I could actually run a Light Screen, Reflect, Rotom Heat, which could be pretty cool. It has access to a Pain Split, so I can get some recovery and cut some mons in half or whatever. It has access to Hex, so I could whittle some stuff down after my opponent gets burned or toxic, and I just hack him down with Hex. And gets access to Discharge, so I could like paralyze some stuff. Have a chance to paralyze some stuff, and then I could bring in something to take advantage of that. Yeah, Mon has some pretty good utility options. But yeah, definitely the other reason I wanted this Mon was because I wanted Volt Switch. Volt Switch is actually very good. Great for getting some chip damage off, and also great for allowing switch initiative, so I can bring in something else and also, you know, like not let Rotom take damage on something. So yeah, it's a really nice move. Definitely paired with a Volturn core, it could be pretty great. I mean, it could be a lot better, because you can, you know, U-turn on ground types, so a Volt Switch you can't. But yeah, this Mon's actually I'm actually pretty glad I got this Mon. It also has access to Trick too, so I could run like like a Trick set, maybe like Trick a Choice Scarf onto somebody, onto one of my opponent, and then again take advantage of that with Soul or with Big Juice. So I can't get rid of hazards now, which is great. But yeah, I still feel like this form of Rotom is the most offensive of the other ones. Yeah, that's just my opinion, but I really think it is the more offensive one. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Rotom. That's pretty straightforward. Just a really good wall. I mean, a pretty bulky good wall, or a decent wall. And again, a Volt Switch user and a Defogger. Definitely what I needed, and an ice resist too. So and also it is a ground immunity as well, so that also helps with that too. So I don't have to worry about earthquake too much. So yeah, now I'm gonna move on to my next pick. Alright, so the next one I picked up for round 5 was Flyboy the Flygon. So I just want to say Flygon is a mon I've been wanting to get for so long, and I just want to say I am so glad I got this mon. But also I want to say that I'm happy I got this mon, but at the same time I was thinking about another mon as well. I actually thought about running Zygarde 10%, just because, you know, it is another like electric community. I mean, it's an electric community, and it's very offensive. Running 1,000 Arrows, Dragon Dance, like it has so much going for it. But I was just like, I think I want something that's like, the main reason why I picked Flygon was not only for the electric community, but it was also to have another ground immunity too. Electric immunity and ground immunity, but it was also for defog. So that's kind of why I chose Flygon over Zygarde 10%. But I think Zygarde 10% still could have been great. But I mean, I'm still satisfied with my pick. Like Flygon has a lot going for it though that Zygarde didn't. So it's kind of why I went for it. Actually, I thought about Gligar too. Like there were a couple months I thought about when I was getting Flygon. Like I was set on getting Flygon, but then I was just like, there's some other options that I still could have went for. But nah, I think Flygon is fine. Now the reason why Flygon is fine is because look at his move pool. Its move pool is insane. This mon has so much offense. It's just a physical attacker with some pretty good speed. But also it can be mixed as well. As you can see, it does get some stuff like Fire Blast, Fire Punch, Giga Drain for some reason, Heat Wave, Outrage, Draco, Rock Slide, Stone Edge. Like this mon has so much going for it. Now in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, Flygon has access to Dragon Dance, so I could actually have this mon be a setup sweeper as well, which could be pretty fun to find out. I mean, to try out. Actually, I don't think I've used Flygon at all, like in general, so it's gonna be pretty fun. Definitely Dragon Dance was a move that this mon greatly needed, so I'm glad that Game Freak actually like gave this mon the move he needed for so long. So now it actually has access to setup. So I can see myself running Dragon Dance, not often, but I can see myself running it at some point during the in the league. This mon also gets U-turn, so it does pair. So now I actually have a Volturn core between Red-Handed and Flyboy, so that is very, very good. Definitely gonna help with bringing a little bit more, with showing off more of an offensive core coming through between these two. I think these two are actually pretty good together. Like, because I mean, Red-Handed covers Flygon's weaknesses to Fairy, and it also covers its weakness to Ice as well. While Flyboy, I think it does resist its rock weakness, so there's that. So yeah. Again, Flygon can be a defogger. I'm trying to figure out how to. I have to figure out how to actually make that happen. But so it's just something to keep track of. Also, Flygon doesn't have the best defenses, even though it is like base 80, so it's like decent. But still, if I run this mon as a defogger, I'd probably run it more Choice Scarf-ish. But again, we'll have to see. But yeah, again, this mon gets a lot of stuff. Gets access to sub 2, so I could run like sub DD. Gets Roost 2, Tailwind as well, so I could run like a Tailwind set with it. So yeah, this mon has a lot going for it, and like I said, its special move pool is not bad either. Fire Blast, Boom Burst, Bug Buzz, like it gets stuff. This mon gets some stuff. So I'm actually excited to use it. I can't wait to see what kind of work it puts in. I think it's gonna be amazing. I think it's gonna be amazing though. So yeah, now I'm gonna move on to the next mon. So give me a second. 2 tier 3 mons. And then Mr. Pringle was my tier 4 pick. So yeah, and then I had to pick a tier 5 mon after that, and then I could pick whatever I want afterwards, using the points I had. So it was a pretty interesting system. But yeah, anyways, we got Mr. Pringle, the Jellicent. So I've actually never used Jellicent in a format league, I mean a draft format, so this should be pretty fun. But I have seen some stuff that it can do in draft league. It's pretty much a wall, which is something I think I definitely needed, because I was looking at my team and I was just like, you know what? Even though I do have a water resist in Spike Lee, everything else kind of gets blown back by water types. Like Red-Handed gets blown back, Flyboy gets blown back. Like, actually, one of the guys in my draft actually has rain. So Mr. Pringles is pretty much going to be great for that, because, like, I don't do too well against rain right now, as you can see. Like, my team kind of gets screwed over by rain, by, like, a rain squad. So I'm really glad I picked up this Mon Jelly. So So Jelly, like I said, is a bulky water type. It does have access to water absorb, so there is my water immunity in that. It also has access to curse body, but I'm probably not going to use that. But basically what that does is that it has a chance to disable moves. Again, I probably won't run that, but that's still a pretty interesting tech that it has. Pretty interesting ability that it has. But I feel like that's just kind of an ability that you would use for sacking stuff. But anyways, it has a pretty wide move pool. Of course it has to have Scald, because Scald is the best move in the game. Hashtag best move ever. But yeah, it has some pretty good offenses though. Like, actually looking at its stats, like it's meant to be a wall. It's bulky, has 100 HP. We don't talk about the attack. It has 70 in defense, 85 in special attack, so it's not bad, and 105 in special defense, and then 60 in speed. So that's not bad. It has access to it has access to Trick Room too, so I could run Trick Room if need be. But like, looking at my team right now, Trick Room isn't really that necessary. But for the couple months I have coming up, it could potentially be. But again, it'll just depend on how I want to build. But yeah, its move pool though is insane. Like, it gets Dark Pulse, Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, like grass coverage, dark coverage, ghost coverage. Gets Scald, Surf, Hydro Pump. It gets Water Spout for some reason. It has some pretty good utility in Will-O-Wisp, and also, like I mentioned, Trick Room. It gets Magic Coat, which is very interesting on a Mon recovery too. So that is a really big thing that I have going for me. Also, I have a Fire Water Grass Core now, which is definitely great to have in a draft league format, in my opinion. At least that's how it was back in that's how it was for me when I was doing draft league during the ORAS meta. So I just wanted to have like a Fire Water Grass Core because I was just like common. But yeah, it also has access to to poison type moves as well, so it gets Wave and Sludge Bomb. So that could be nice for hitting the fairies. In here, it doesn't really have much of anything interesting. So yeah, again, I think this Mon's gonna be great. It also has access to Taunt too. Again, on a Mon this low, I don't think Taunt's really gonna be that interesting, but it's so cool that it gets it. But yeah, Mr. Pringles is gonna be a tank for this team. Well, not a tank, it's gonna be a wall for this team, pretty much. I may end up running it like AV or something just for fun. I don't know, but yeah, it's still pretty cool. Definitely a Mon I needed, and it's also a normal type immunity as well, and a fighting type immunity too, because my team was also starting to look kind of weak to fighting. As you can see, like, Soul's weak to it, and so is Spike Lee. Granted, I do have a resist right now in a Big Juice, but having an immunity in fighting is amazing. Especially because a couple of the guys in the draft actually did pick up some fighting types. I think one guy picked up King Kelder, because he was running more like a Trick Room kind of draft. Forgot what other fighting type got picked up. Oh yeah, Mega Medicham got picked up. So yeah, I needed this Mon. I needed this Mon for real, just for stuff like those. I don't think anyone picked up a Scrappy Mon. Well, I know one guy picked up a Scrappy Mon, but that was I'll talk about that as my last Mon. But yeah, definitely Mr. Pringles is gonna be a great wall. So can't wait to use it. And yeah, now I'm gonna move on to my next pick. So give me a sec. I picked up the best Mon possible that I didn't know. Well, the best Mon I picked up unintentionally. I picked up my boy AOS the Samurai. Okay, so fun fact about Samurai, I actually did use it one time. I actually did use it before, back in the OBA. If you guys saw, I think I used it in my during season 3. It did all right, but I mean, like, it wasn't anything like crazy. I think I might have dropped it. I think I might have dropped. And it got cooler in this. It got cooler in Gen 7. Just because of the stuff it got. Like, I just look at, like, I don't even know where to start this Mon for real. Actually, no, let's start with the stats. Okay, so this is what Samurot's stats look like. It has 95 in HP, 100 in attack, 85 in defense, 108 in special attack, 70 in spadef, and 70 in speed. So this mon's weird. Samurot's kind of weird, but it's still really good. Can be like with those stats, it can be ran as a mix attacker. Just like again Ments as well as Soul. So there's that. It also has some pretty decent like defenses. Like 85 in defense is not bad. Paired with that HP, like it can definitely take some physical hits pretty well. It's 70 in special defense is a little underwhelming, but again, still, I think with an AV it'll take some hits decently well, but it won't take them like that well. Now it's move pool. Oh boy, it's move pool. It's got some stuff. This boy has some stuff. So for the special side, gets access to grass knot, gets pump, ice beam, grass knot, okay, pump, ice beam, and grass knot. And then his physical move pool is actually pretty big. Gets access to priority and aqua jet. Gets Dragon Tail for phasing. Gets Aqua Tail, but I'm probably not gonna run that. Gets knockoff, which is amazing. Gets liquidation, mega horn, night slash, razor shell. Even though I probably won't use that either. Sacred sword. That's actually something new it got in Gen 7. So that is something definitely something to keep an eye out for. Definitely can't wait to use it though. To try out Sacred Sword Samurai. That's gonna be fun. It also gets superpower too. Gets sword sense as well, so it can be a sub sweeper. And it also gets a waterfall if I don't want to run liquidation for that extra 5 points in attack, and I also have X scissor if I don't want to run mega horn and have a chance to miss. It also gets smart strike in this generation now, so that's kind of cool. It can hit the fairies now, but again, liquidation hits harder, so there's a chance I may not use it, but it's still there. And it also has access to work up too. So yeah, this mon has a lot going for it. For utility, it has access to taunt, so I can taunt some stuff. It also gets Encore too, which is amazing. So the reason why Encore is amazing, because I can just Encore mon, set up on them, set up on that mon with Source Dance, and then just go in. Like that's what I love about Samurott, man. Like that mon, I feel like people sleep on this mon. People sleep on this mon. This mon's actually really good. If you know how to play it right, of course. But yeah, like Encore into setup is so cool. Encore and setup is so cool. And also, this mon is the Z captain. This mon is the Z captain. I'm definitely gonna do it justice than how I did it back in season 3 of the OVA. This mon, I'm gonna put in the work with this mon. This mon can even run Flyninum Z. Like yo, this mon's gonna be tough. I can't wait to use it. I can also run Groundium Z too. Like it gets so much, man. This mon gets so much. But yeah, it'll definitely. It's gonna be fun to use this mon. So can't wait to try it, especially like paired with Spike Lee's like hazards and everything. Like adding on to that, I could even run it in Trick Room. Like I mentioned before with Mr. Pringles, like I could do that too. But yeah, like even though 70 in speed is kind of meh under Trick Room, so I don't think I'll really be willing to do that. But again, it is an option that I have. And again, I also have an option to phasing too. So since it is defensive, I can like phase some stuff around. I could run like Dragon Tail for phasing, and then run Toxic too if I want to. But yeah, this mon has stuff going for it. This mon, definitely. So now I'm gonna move on to my next pick. And this pick was actually a free pick too. So yeah, give me a sec. Round 8, I picked up the Gardevoir. So the reason why I picked up Gardevoir was to kind of complete my Fairy Dragon Steel Core that I was forming. to be honest, like, I was struggling between a couple mons when I was picking Gardevoir. I was thinking of so many. Like, I thought about Zam at one point. I thought about Roselia. Well, actually, no, Roselia would probably no. Actually, I did think about Roselia at one point as like a spiker, because I felt like I needed spikes, and also like toxic spikes as well, and also a grass type. But I also thought about Kadabra too in case Alakazam got picked. I thought about Duosion at one point. I thought about there was another one I thought about, but I forgot it. I thought about Clefairy too. Like, I was really thinking about a psychic type or a fairy type, and well, I ended up going with both, except it's Gardevoir. So Gardevoir is a pretty interesting mon. Gardevoir has a ton of utility options. It also has two pretty good abilities in Synchronize and Trace. With Synchronize, I can basically my opponent would have the same status as I would at Trace. Trace is pretty good because we get to copy our opponent's ability. So if someone has Intimidate, I can intimidate them back. If someone has Magic Guard, I don't have to worry about taking hazard damage on the turn. If someone has regen, I get regen recovery back. So it's pretty dope. It's a set though, or it's stats. It has 68 in HP, 65 in attack, 65 in defense, 125 in special attack, 115 in speed def, and 80 in speed. So this mon is pretty strong. Definitely in the special attacking department. 125 in special attack is nothing to laugh at. That mon hits hard. This mon can hit hard. And 115 in speed def is definitely not bad either. 80 in speed is a little lackluster for a mon like this, but again, it's fine. Its move pool though, it has a very wide move pool, utility wise and offensive wise. Gets Calm Mind, Dazzling Gleam. For the offenses, it gets Calm Mind, Dazzling Gleam, gets Energy Ball, Focus Blast, Grass Knot, not Healing Wish. What else? Psychic, Psyshock, Shadow Ball. It gets Sneak for some reason, Signal Beam, Thunderbolt, Will-O-Wisp. Like, it has a ton of stuff it can do. It also has access to Hypnosis, I believe. Yeah, it does have access to Hypnosis too. Icy Wind. Like, it gets a ton of stuff. This mon has a ton of stuff. Utility wise, like Wish, it can be a Trick Room setter. Gets Trick too. Trick is actually very common on Gardevoir. For being a Trick Room, not Trick Room, a Choice Scarf. Like, it's pretty common for being a Choice Scarf, a Trick user. So that could be pretty fun to try out. It gets access to Taunt, so that's another really cool thing it gets. I think this is actually the fastest taunter I have on my team. Well, actually no, Mega Absol's the fastest taunter. But this is the second fastest, so I can take advantage of that. You know, like taunt something, bring something else in. It also has Magic Code as well too, so I could run that. Gets Memento, which could be pretty. That could be pretty fun if I want to if I really want to try and like set up with something. Actually didn't cost anything, but the mons after that do. So yeah, I'll be right back for my next pick. I'll be like straightforward with you. I just want a hard hitter. I just want another hard hitter. Like, I know Mets was already there, but I got greedy. I wanted Joe. So we got Joe the Rampardos. Now Joe has a lot going for it in terms of his moveset. But I'll get into that in a second. Its stats though are pretty bad. Besides this attack, of course. This attack is insane. That's 165. Like, not many mons are gonna take hits from this. Except for, you know, a couple steel types. Like, I can name a couple of them off the top of my head. Like Mega Scizor and actually no, Mega Scizor doesn't take a hit from this. I think Aggron, like Mega Aggron, can actually take some hits from this mon, but like in Mega Bro, like there's a couple mons that can actually take hits from Rampardos pretty well and can revenge kill it. But like still, this mon is dangerous. This mon is dangerous and hits incredibly hard with that 165 attack. The rest of its stats though, I can serve them well and not, you know, let them die like turn 1 or something stupid like that. It has 2 really good abilities. It gets Mold Breaker and Cheer Force. With Mold Breaker, it actually breaks through abilities. So I could actually go like Toxic on a Magic Guard mon like Clefable. I could even go Earthquake on Levitating mons like Latios or Rotom. And with Cheer Force, that actually buffs moves that have effects. So like Ice Beam's actually gonna get buffed by 1.3. So it's gonna do a lot more damage. Fire Blast 2, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, like moves like those are gonna get boosted with Cheer Force. So I can actually run this mon as a mix attacker as well if I want to, or I could just go all out special. But yeah, now let's talk about this boy's moveset. Whew, this boy gets some stuff. Yo man, Rampardos gets some stuff right here. Let's talk about his physical moveset, since that's pretty much his best moveset. Gets Avalanche, Brick Break, Crunch, Dragon Pulse, not Dragon Pulse, Dragon Tail. Gets Edge, Earthquake, Endeavor. Endeavor is actually a really solid move for Rampardos, especially for the kind of mon it is. Because since it's a what's it called? It'd be really good for like wearing mons down to a point where something else can pick it off. So it's actually pretty good. It's a pretty good move. Gets Facade, gets Fire Blast, Fire Punch, Flamethrower, gets Focus Blast, Focus Punch, Frustration, Hammer Arm, Head Smash. That's the biggest move. That move is so good on this mon. Like this mon, yo, Joe with Head Smash is just gonna ram some stuff. Like, not a lot of mons are gonna take a hit from this. Like, especially if Rampardos is banded, yo, nothing is gonna take that well. Like, nothing's gonna take that well at all. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun to run that. But yeah, like Head Smash, man, Head Smash is just insane. It does kind of suck for Rampardos though, because it does so much, like it has so much recoil from it. Its accuracy also isn't that great, being 80. But once it lands, it doesn't matter. That something's not gonna take it that well. Gets Ice Beam. It doesn't get Ice Punch, which is interesting. But it does get Fire Punch. Gets Iron advantage of that because of its because of that high attack. So I could actually like Pursuit Trap something, and then they're gonna take a ton from it. So yeah, that could be fun. Gets Roar, gets Rock Polish. That's actually another cool one too, because of Rampardos' speed being 58. It can actually outspeed some stuff. I don't know what it outspeeds though. I think it might outspeed, like, if it's at +2 and it's like base 58 speed. I think it actually outspeeds some. I think it actually outspeeds Latios. I might be wrong, but I believe it does at +2. Gets access to Stealth Rock. So this is the one mon I have outside of Ferrothorn that has hazards. So honestly, Rampardos could be a Stealth Rock setter too. It could be like an anti-elite or something like that. So I could run rocks on it. It does have Edge if I don't want to go for the Head Smash. Like Sheer Force boosted Edge is gonna hurt. It does get Substitute too. Gets Superpower, gets Surf, Swords Dance, like Toxic, Whirlwind. This mon gets so much stuff. Yeah, I'm definitely hyped to use this mon. I think it's gonna be fun. It gets Whirlpool. That's interesting. This mon's gonna be cool to run. Can't wait to run it and see what kind of work it puts in. Definitely, this mon is gonna be the main wall breaker for this team. Definitely the main wall breaker. I do have stuff that can, like help with his weakness. Like again, I do have a fighting immunity. I do have a fighting resist too, immense. I do have a couple, water immunity and such. But yeah, Joe's gonna put in some work, and I can't wait to see how much work he can actually put in. So yeah, now I'm gonna move on to my round 10 pick. So give me a sec. Instead, because of the speed and because of rapid spin. So Vanilla, I honestly don't know much about Cragonal besides it being a spinner. But it has a pretty interesting stat he has some pretty interesting stats. It has 80 in HP, 50 in attack, 50 in defense, 95 in special attack, 135 in special defense, and 105 in speed. So it's meant to be a, I don't know what to call it. Like, it's not, I wouldn't call it a wall. I guess I'd call it a specially defensive wall, but it's just so weird. But however, it does have a good ability in levitate. I think that's its only ability. It doesn't get a hidden ability. Yeah, it doesn't get a hidden ability, so its only ability is levitate. So that's pretty good. I'm worrying about earthquake again. So now I have 5 immunities to flying now, or not flying to ground now, because it's Mence, then Rotom, and then Flygon. Yeah, I think it's just, yeah, this makes the 4th one now. But yeah, Cryogonal, honestly, I haven't looked too deeply into this mon, so I really don't know what it can do, besides that it gets Rapid Spin. But for some reason it gets Defog too, which, again, I don't know why it does, but it has it. But again, I'm kind of discovering this mon along with you guys, so I don't really know anything about it, besides being a spinner. It does have access to recovery, though. I know about that. It does get recover. It gets Magic Code as well. Again, I probably won't be running that because I already have Mega Absol for that. It gets Ice Beam. It does get Freeze Strike. Freeze Strike is a pretty good ability. I mean, pretty good move for not only hitting, you know, like the dragons and the ground types and such, but it also hits water types as well. So that is really cool. It also has a chance to freeze too, which is interesting. But again, that, I don't know if I'll really be trying that. But Freeze Strike is a really good move. I definitely see it being pretty great for me, especially when it comes to water types, because like I mentioned before, my team is kind of destroyed by water types. So having something that could so having an immunity and also something that can hit water types back is pretty beneficial for me. So Freeze Strike is actually not that bad. It does get Haze, so I can't stop some mons from trying to set up. Explosion, I don't know why it gets it, but it's there. It does get Knockoff. I actually just noticed this. It gets Knockoff, so it has a ton of utility options. So I can see it being more like a wall on my team, but again, we'll have to see. I don't really see it getting much else after that. It also gets Aurora Veil, which is actually very good too. So I could run like Veil offense with Hail, but it's gonna be kind of tricky though, because I'm probably gonna have to run safety goggles on a ton of mons if I want to try something like that. But it's an option, it's there, so I could go Veil offense at any point. But yeah, there's really not much else to say about this mon. Again, it's just weird. It's just a weird mon. Again, I wanted it for for spinning, and well, it's a spinner. God, I still kind of regret getting this mon, but I'll just have to deal with it for now. I can drop mons, like soon, I think, or no, I think I could drop them on after week 1 or something like that. So again, I don't know if I'll use vanilla, but it is there. So yeah, now we're gonna move on to my last pick, so give me a sec. Over Tornadus, over Cyclone the Tornadus that I just didn't know what to do. So like there were a ton. Like originally this whole draft, well, not this whole draft, but like this second half of the draft, I had a flying type in hand, like already set up, that I wanted to use. I actually wanted to use Dodrio. But I couldn't figure out how to do it. I really wanted to use that mon, really badly. But like I already had Joe, which was a hard hitter, and then Mai came along like later, and I just couldn't figure out how to fit Dodrio. So I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna bother. And then after that, like I mentioned, after that, I had Rapidash on here before, to have that fire immunity, for vanilla, and also for Ferrothorn. But I was just like, it's not that strong and it's not that fast either, so I kind of just dropped it. It also didn't get set up either, so that was another reason why I kind of just dropped Rapidash. But like, man, and then when I picked my mon for this round, I actually picked Miltank. I actually picked Miltank as my pick, but they consoled me not to pick. But the guys in the draft, they consoled me not to pick Miltank because I don't know why. I think someone else wanted it, but they also told me that I had enough points where I could actually pick something better than Miltank. But to be honest, I should have just picked Miltank. I should have picked that mon, even though I did have so many points left. But like, decided to go Cyclone. So I went Cyclone because it basically did what Dodrio did, except more. It is faster than Dodrio by 1 point. I think, yeah, it's faster than it by 1 point. Also, I needed another offensive mon too. Basically I needed another offensive mon. So Cyclone was there, and it pretty much kind of filled the role of what I wanted Dodrio to be. Also, like, I brought Dodrio originally to deal with Infernape and also to deal with like other stuff. Since I didn't have anything else faster than Dodrio originally when I was building this draft, but Cyclone pretty much fills that role up. So yeah, its move pool is pretty crazy. I don't really know much about it. I actually don't really know much about Tornadus besides I know the Therian form more than I know what this form does. Since it is like, this form's actually like Prankster and such, so it's meant to be like a utility mon sort of. It does get some pretty good utility though. It gets bulk up. It does get substitute, tailwind, taunt, toxic. It does have access to U-turn, so that kind of adds on to another U-turn, another Volturn core. So now I have Rotom, Flygon, as well as Torn. So that's really cool. Gets access to Sleep Talk. I doubt I'll use that. Gets knockoff too, which could be pretty fun. And it gets agility, which is interesting. What else does it get? It gets Smackdown, interestingly enough. And that's pretty much it, for real. Doesn't really get anything else crazy. My physical moveset is still pretty good too. It gets acrobatics, so I could have run like an SD acrobatics set for real. Bulk up, well, not bulk up. What's the other move? I said special. It does get extra sensory, gets focus blast, gets dark pulse. It gets hurricane, which is its best move, and it does even better in the rain. But yeah, it gets access to a sludge bomb, sludge wave. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, I don't really know. Oh yeah, it also gets heat wave too. I forgot to mention that. And a grass knot. But yeah, I really don't know how Torn's gonna function for me. Like, if anything, it'd probably be a Choice Scarf user or maybe a Tailwind setter. It's not a Z move mon, which I actually thought about running it as a Z move user too, but I just felt better using AOS and Big Juice. But yeah, I think agility. I think Torn could be fun though. It definitely has a lot of tools it can take advantage of. So I could see it doing some work, but I don't know if it'll be like if it'll be anything crazy. But yeah, I'm actually satisfied with it with this mon though. Vanilla, I'm not quite yet satisfied with it. Again, I don't know when our first match is. Well, actually no. I talked to my opponent. He said that I told him if we could battle on Saturday. So he said we can battle on Saturday. So when you guys see the team builder, it'll probably go up on Friday, I think. No. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, follow me on not Facebook, follow me on follow me on Twitch, join my Discord, Bushido Gang, and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, that's pretty much it, for real. Again, I'll see y'all in the first team builder for this draft. So yeah. Oh yeah, another thing. If you guys want to see my game that I had, the game I had in my other league, I'll leave it. Well, it'll be at the end of the video, so you guys can just like click on it. It'll probably be on the side or the right side or something like that. So yeah, don't be afraid to click in and find out my game. Yeah. Again, peace out.